If Emily Dickinson were alive today, do you think we'd call her a short-form content creator? After all, her longest poem was only 50 lines long, and most of her work was far shorter than that. Or what about Robert Frost? Most of his poems were quite short, but he also wrote some longer narrative poems that took up a few pages. So does that make his work more valuable than Emily Dickinson's, but still perhaps less valuable than a novelist like Mark Twain? Obviously not. Obviously, the length of their work has no correlation to its worth and impact. I don't think the problem with short-form content is its length. The problem is its intent. To continue this writing metaphor, a lot of short-form feels more like a sensational tabloid headline than it does a poem. And I want to make poems. I want to make tiny movies. I want to make little films. Filmmaking can get really overwhelming. It can get really expensive, really time-consuming, really difficult to coordinate. So the fact that we have a space where we can create something by ourselves that's 20, 30 seconds long, and that there is a home for it, an audience for it, that's a very freeing reality. Just recently, Dizio sent me their new set of Vespid 2 lenses, and these were kind of the catalyst of what got me wanting to make more micro movies. I'm trying to use different words for it because short film kind of has a correlation of like a 15 to 20 minute thing, and short form content, for me at least, has a really negative connotation. So I'm trying to use different words for the type of thing I want to make. But these lenses kind of lit that spark in me because they're these tiny, compact, unassuming lenses, but the image that they create is worthy of a feature-length movie. So this video is sponsored by Dizio. I'm obviously going to share my experience using the lenses, some features of the lens, and then after that, I'll move on to some more of my philosophical thoughts about short film and a short that I made. I don't know why, but I love so much being able to just look like a random tourist taking pictures on vacation. Meanwhile, the images you're actually capturing are these like cinematic movie worthy shots. These lenses feel just like that. They're small, compact, and low key enough that I can film anywhere, carry them anywhere. They suit my style of running around with a bag, but they're also fully capable of being used on a big project with a larger team. They feel like lenses that can grow and adapt with me based on the type of project I'm doing.
Ask your doctor if the Vespid is right for you.
Luke just got back from mounting his Komodo on an airplane, and I'm forcing him to work with this.
The full set is perfectly uniform, all with aperture and focus rings in the same position, all with the same thread size. So I was just using a threaded 77mm ND filter on these, but they are also compatible with rear ND filters. Most importantly though, the image just looks so nice. They're all T1.9 lenses, but even fully open, they're nice and sharp, and they just have that beautiful, dreamy looking bokeh. And the lens coating on these creates a slightly warmer tone that just looks really nice. A lot of this is difficult for me to talk about because, at least for me, there's so much of an image that I can't fully describe. It's more of a you know it when you see it kind of thing. So a lot of this just comes down to whether or not you like what you see and if you like the look. But here's the thing. While gear is important and it can be extremely motivating, it doesn't matter if you're using your phone or a cinema lens. The words that you use to describe yourself, it matters. What you call yourself matters. If we just call ourselves short-form content creators, there's really no bar. There's no occasion to rise to. But if we call ourselves filmmakers, There's an expectation there, there's a bar, there's a reason to create something impactful and worthwhile, even if it's only 20 seconds long. And I've seen this sentiment circling around the internet that if you haven't made a feature film, you're not a real filmmaker. And I just think that's nonsense. Like, yes, feature films are an incredible feat. They're a form of filmmaking that I adore and I respect, and I hope to make one of my own someday. But they're also by no means the only way. A tiny 20-second film can still be meaningful and powerful. So I'm just going to leave you with one micro film that I made. It is one that was meaningful to me. It was extremely simple to make, but I'm proud of it. And I want to make more things that I'm proud of, even if they're small. Anytime the weather drops below like 60 degrees, my mom will always ask if I'm wearing a hoodie. When I was a kid, this just felt like one of those mandatory duties a mom has to ask you. I'd roll my eyes and reluctantly grab one, even when I wasn't cold. And even though I'm grown now, she'll still ask me the same question. The only difference is, I now know that it was never about the hoodie. It was just another way to say, I love you.